Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to the episode of Let's Play Civilization 6, playing as Brazil, and we are going for our one-turn victory, where we declare war on everybody and capture all the capitals in a single turn. And I was doing some math between episodes, and yeah, it looks great for 6 of the capitals that we have to take. The hardest one of those 6 that look okay for is actually England over here. We would need, at our current strength of our Minas Gerais' fleets, the 2 ships together, we would need 14 if everything went perfect, 20 if it didn't go so good, which means if we rolled low numbers for every single one of them, which is unlikely. So average would be about 16. 16 is still pretty rough for here, but that's not too bad. That's doable. We could probably find a way to squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, no. We got almost 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, it would be really hard. Because we have to leave that slot open, actually. 1, 2, let's see. This one actually might not be possible at the moment. Because we would need 16 ships, and I think we can only fit like 14 in here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we can only fit 10. Well, never mind. I thought we were closer than that. Well, okay, that's fine. Let's click that one aside. That one's just hard because of the number of slots that we have here. Currently, we need, like I said, at best case we need 14. Worst case we need 20. At our current strength. So that one we are going to need something a little bit stronger. Unfortunately, it appears. Netherlands needs 16 at worst. And 11 on the good side. So I think we could fit 16 in here. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we can't. Yeah. One of these spots could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, this is even smaller. 9. You can technically fit one in here. I don't think it would lose all of its movement. I think it should still be able to fire. Cannot fit one down here. We could fit some up here though. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we can fit like 13 or 14 in here. So if we rolled perfectly fine, we'd be okay. So this one's actually relatively strong. I mean, this one's not terrible, again, if it wasn't for the fact that it just doesn't have as many slots. Germany only needs like 4 ships to take out Germany at our current strength. So that's like nothing. 4 to 5, depending on rolls. Which obviously that's easy enough to get to. Norway needs about 7 to 10. Phoenicia needs 5 to 7. And Indonesia, which I'm saying Indonesia, it's currently under Phoenicia, but we need to take this capital as well. They need about 3 to 6 at our current strength. If all we do is get up to armadas, that changes a lot of things down to much more manageable numbers. I mean, even Germany only needs like 3 ships at that point. 3 to 4 ships. So if we just get up to armadas, that makes a pretty significant difference. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I did that math wrong. I did, it's actually 104. Yeah, so Germany could potentially use as little as 2 ships in that case, because they have no walls. They have, decent strength, but they have no walls. So, and that puts England at 10 to 15, and Netherlands at 8 to 12. So that's borderline what we could squeeze into the slots around them. But anyway, all that to be said, the tough one is the Maori. At our current strength of a 97 strength ship, as you can see over here, this one's a 90 on range strength plus 7 on the district bombardment. We would need, worst case, if we rolled bottom rolls on everything, we would need 54 ships, which is just not going to happen. This guy is just insanely strong. So this guy's already throwing a huge wrench into our works of our plan. Now, okay, to be clear, our plan currently is, let's use some of these battleships just because they're fun and they're cool and whatever. Obviously, we could continue up the science tree and get up to missile cruisers and stuff like that, and that would make a much bigger difference for sure. Missile cruisers come in at a base strength of 85. You stick 3 of them together into an armada, and that would give us a base strength of 85 plus 17 would be 102. And then you throw on the plus 7 for the district defense, and we're at 109. So it's actually only 2 higher 2 points higher than these battleships. That's how much stronger the missile cruisers are, which is not. That just shows how strong these battleships are. These are incredibly strong battleships. The missile cruisers completely leveled up, with the same bonus here, and turned into an armada, would be only 109 versus the 107 strength of the Ministeriuses that we have here. So, but that would trim it back a little bit. That puts Maori within, maybe 26, 27 ships, which we could fit into here if we needed to. But it's really not going to be easy. Obviously, we're definitely going to be stuck. The Maori one is going to be very, very rough as it stands. A couple other alternatives for the Maori one is that we could squeeze in 3 melee ships nearby, and if we can get stronger melee ships, sometimes melee ships can be stronger. Let's see here. I'm looking for science. So I was trying to think in my head of what I was looking for. And I don't know if melee ships have the same penalties, actually, off the top of my head. If they have the same penalties to things. Actually, this is what I want. So, like, the first melee ship we get to is, where am I looking for? Here. That one's way too weak. We have to go to, like, a destroyer. Yeah, that's not going to be any stronger. Sticking 3 of those there, that would not be as good. We only need. It would be better to stick the ranged ships at that point. Unless he's got a better bonus, which I actually didn't look up the melee strength bonus. The only other option, if Maori is just already just too strong, which they're insanely strong. 99 at this point in the game is ridiculous. This guy is incredibly strong. This is like end game, strength levels right here. The only other option would be if we go all the way up to giant death robots. And giant death robots make everything just stupid at that point, quite frankly. Yeah, these things are insane. Even we just took the range strength as it is. I mean, Maori, you're still going to need like 21 ships, but there's bonuses that you can get to these robots that make it even stronger against city defenses and stuff like that. So anyway, all that to say, we still have a very tough time ahead of us. Really, the only thing we can do is just keep making ships, and if we get to a critical mass at the right time, then so be it. If not, then we keep making ships. That's literally the only thing we can do is keep building ships, being ready to merge them together into armadas, level them up, things like that as needed. And then if we feel like we've got a good mass, then we pull the trigger and we go. So that is, I guess that's going to be our game plan, is get as much as we can and then go from there. We may have to wait until we get to death robots, which would actually be kind of cool. Death robots are awesome. And if we have a good army of, by then, missile cruisers over here, maybe we only need a few death robots with, their city upgrades to be able to do this, make this happen. I was hoping to do it sooner. This one's throwing a huge wrench into our works. I think we could deal with England and Netherlands. They're going to be tough, but I think we could figure out how to deal with them. I think we could figure it out. Let's put it that way. I'm not even counting admirals for these guys because I've only got 1 admiral for the range of ships that we have. So if I didn't have to worry about Maori, I could send one of those admirals up here, and that makes a huge difference for everybody's strength. So just something to think about. It's also possible, I mean, in theory, we could get some bombers for Amsterdam. We get fighter planes because those can get out a little bit further range. Fighter jets are pretty strong. They have a range strength of 100. I don't remember how that calculates into cities, but they are pretty tough. So we can park some aircraft carriers around here with, a handful of fighter jets. Each aircraft carrier carries at least 2 to start with, up more if we get them an upgrade. And that would allow us to have a lot more mass around each of these cities. So that might be a way to do it as well. So, like I said, at this point, just keep building until we get to that critical mass. And if we don't get there, then we don't get there. I mean, that's just, we can't predict what's going to happen. We just have to do our best to try and get there. Well, let's assume we may need to work our way up to fighters, destroyers, something like that. Fighters are going to need aluminum, which is right there. Destroyers are going to need oil. Aircraft carriers are going to need, are over here in combined arms as well. So I actually think what we do is we work our way up to combined arms. Not only does that give us destroyers, which gives us a little bit more melee punch and a little bit more, movement, stuff like that. If we can get us a atomic era admiral, which we might be able to do. So that's a possibility. Gets us aircraft carriers, which opens up a little bit more flexibility as well. and also opens up uranium. And if we find a bunch of uranium, maybe we do push for death robots. So I think that's going to be the goal. Push up to combined arms, pick up oil on the way, and then make a detour towards flight after that, maybe. So this may be delayed a bit more than I was hoping it would. I was hoping we'd be a lot closer to victory, but we're going to need a lot more punch here. All right, enough talking. I've been talking for 10 minutes. I apologize, but I just wanted to kind of lay down the plan, and now we can kind of play for it. I mean, I guess there's really no reason not to just beeline up this way. Open up over here. Alrighty, so if we're playing the long game, kind of means that, I mean, I think we keep making the battleships as much as we can. For now. Because we're going to still want that critical mass. It's going to start hurting our, you know, finances a little bit, but I think we'll be alright in the long run. So you're going to move up to, I guess, there. You can go to there. Go ahead and group up with him. We'll get you promoted momentarily. Alright, so, I mean, do we want to get, since we're after playing a little bit longer game, do we want to get some stuff that will help us grow and things like that? I don't think so yet. I mean, housing at 12 is not, you know, it's fine. It's going to work for us. We're going to be okay. An industrial zone could be useful. How long does it take you to get a battleship out again? 12 turns. It's quite a few turns. Nothing else here really helps us, though. Other than, like, maybe the industrial zone. I mean, the campus could help us speed up things up. You know, Theater Square could help us a little bit. Industrial zone, I think we're going to be okay, though. We're already getting a factory boost. We may want to go ahead and get, I don't know, something. I'll have to keep thinking about what we want to do with, like, the coal and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and keep making the battleships for now. Do you need anything? No, you can just go ahead and steal some money. Let's get some more money coming in. City loyalty loss. Okay, that's right. That is fine. Go ahead and take this thing back. Hey, we're getting a little bit of XP from this. Not a lot, though. Keep taking the city back. It's going to give us some coals. Really, the main reason we're doing this. Eventually, we might be able to get enough loyalty to flip this permanently, and we won't have to worry about it anymore. Especially if we can get this admiral, which would be ideal. But he's a long ways away. Alright, you can just work on whatever at this point. Just repair your monument. Help with your loyalty situation. Alright, Mr. Spy, we're fabricating scandal over here, just trying to make sure Geneva stays on our side. Hey, look, he's got an aircraft carrier right here. One thing, though, we're going to have a very strong military as we continue this push. Alright, somebody was asking if this thing counts as loyalty, and I couldn't remember, actually. Currently sitting at 7, which I think it does. I think as garrison, I should say. The ship counts as garrison or not. I think I've checked this before and I just don't remember. So we're sitting at -7 right now. I move you out. Does it immediately change? I don't think it immediately changes. I think we have to flip it a turn. No, we're at -9. So yeah, this definitely counts as a garrison. Ships do. So we're good there. I thought they did. I just couldn't remember off the top of my head at the moment. Eventually, this admiral's going to need to head over to the other place, but for now, we're just going to keep him here to keep taking Dortmund. It's what's giving us the coal that we need, so I think that's going to be okay. Alright, Spy is done here. No other buildings or anything that we need to build right now. Could keep working on the harbor stuff to try and squeeze out this admiral. Problem with this admiral is that we would use him for the retirement, which would be a bit rough. Because we kind of would like to get the Admiral anyway. We're going to do the harbor shipping. I need to start making some more stuff, but for now, that's going to be okay. I wish there was a way you could sabotage walls. That would be an amazing spy thing. Go sabotage some walls and make somebody weaker that way. Actually, I wonder if we can go get rid of your governor over here. How do you have anything? Oh, I guess you have a little bit more land than I remembered. For some reason I was thinking this was just like a 1 or 2 tile thing, but it's actually several tiles here. So yeah, you get that. You don't have much, but you do have some. Alright, let's come over here. I don't know, we're going to see maybe getting rid of the general, or if they have a governor, maybe that would make a difference. If there is one there, we don't know. Like, for example, if they have Victor in there. Alright, so you are ready to get promoted. District defenses. I mean, getting all the way to this one would be absolutely amazing. But, you know, unless we go to war with somebody, which is another option, I suppose. That's just not going to happen. We're not going to get there. And just come over here and get out of the way. Right, harbor shipping. Kind of want to keep doing this until we can get that admiral, because we kind of need that loyalty to keep the coal rolling in. Seven turns. Yeah, because if we can get that 6 loyalty over here, we would be set. We would be basically +1 loyalty at the moment, which would be fine. I'm going to have to see if airplanes get a penalty to city attack. I think they do. Okay, I can back off your borders, dude, if you're that worried about it. I think it's 2 tiles is the distance that they get start freaking out. So I think we'll be safe from causing him strife at that point. Alright, so we got this done. Let's move you up here. Get you nearby, turn you into a fleet. Anything we want to work on before the ship? I mean, I'd love to get power plants, obviously. I don't think we can afford the coal power plants, though. Alright, you guys are just chilling until this thing flips again, which is fine. A couple of alliances expired. I feel like there was something I was going to do with these alliances, and I just don't remember. Oh, I know what it was. Oh, yes. This would make a big difference. If we can do this. Oh, no. Alright, we'll have to check back. If we can get cultural alliance with this guy, our loyalty problems are over at that point. Who's the highest? Probably Maori, I'm assuming. Yeah, of course he is. And he's not our friend. Germany's 2nd. Dutch is 3rd. England's 4th. So maybe science with England. Alright, try that, and come over here, make an alliance with you. Let's do, I guess, religious. I don't want military, and I'm trying to save the cultural, so we'll do this. And then we'll see if we can get a cultural one with him when his current one expires. You are heading over here. You don't like that I'm allied with the enemy. I've got a lot of these battleships, to be fair. You just finished... Oh, you just finished your monument, which actually, you're only at -4 now. You're getting there. I'll just give you some busy work for the moment. You're down to 6 turns. I'll just hug over here for now. It's going to be okay. Dude, I'm not going to give you money. I'm not that nervous about you, although a lot of my ships are not nearby, to be fair. He likes that I have a strong navy. Well, you're welcome, sir. Man, Coupe's got a strong navy. Oh, we actually got some damaged tiles from that volcano. It's the first... We haven't been near volcanoes this entire game compared to our last game. We were near a couple of volcanoes that were very active. This game has been pretty quiet on that front. Part of the problem with the number of battleships we're going to need is that we're going to want to have them like back here and back here. So the only way we would be able to do that is if we... I guess we could sneak through here still currently. That would be a possibility. Just park a few down this way as well. Have to think about that.
Don't judge someone until you've stood at his fall.
Right, so we are using as much coal as we're making at the moment. And as we make more ships, we'll start using more. Once we get down to 0, which is not that big of a deal, we can still do kind of our plan. Just have the money ready to upgrade them all.
Improvement makes straight roads, but the crooked roads without improvement are roads of genius.
I don't think there's anything here that I really need. Still doing the loyalty because of this city over here. So let me check with Germany again. I don't know. How would we know? You only have one alliance. So it is with Wilhelmina. So that's your cultural alliance right there. And there's not a way to see how long you have left, I'm assuming. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. And we do have a governor point. Might be important to get Amani leveled up. I mean, some of these other ones are very good as well. But we might want Amani bumped up to Puppeteer at some point, just so we can plop around a city-state, take it, do what we need to do there, kind of go on our way. Plus getting strategic resources, actually, as well. That's what I usually have, I guess. That's how we get the strategic resources. Oh, no, okay. So when we're Susan, we get to see strategic resources. When she's there with this bonus, we get the strategic resources whether we're Susan or not. And then if we are Susan, we get double amount. Oh, that's actually really good. That is very critical. So yeah, we're going to come up this way. That is actually going to be really, really important for us to knock out. All right, we are going to work our way up to mobilization at first and foremost. That's going to be kind of important. Getting these envoys down here would be nice, but not currently critical. We're about to have a city with 15 pop. We'll knock out urbanization first. The city will be at 15 pop in 9 turns. All right, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, we will just keep on with the plan at this point. Just keep pumping out units, checking our math, checking where we're at. And maybe eventually, maybe we can get to a point where we can... or not. Oh my. Wow, I'm going to have to do the math. This may be impossible now. That is insane strength. And yes, this is like in-game strength. This is end game levels of strength that he's already at. I mean, obviously we see he's got a governor, so it's possible once our spy gets there, we'll be able to kick him out. Maybe that's what am I trying to say? Not that guy. Victor, who gives you +5. So there's that. But that still would only probably bring it down to 110. He's probably got a unit in there, which makes sense, which is fine. Man, that is insane levels of strength. Like, what are we looking at on our math now, real quick? Some crazy numbers here. Like, if this stays, I mean, if this is the way it is, we're going to have to push forward to the end game, see if we can get some death robots, which is not going to be easy. All right, we're going to better cut in there. When we come back, we will just keep on trying. We'll see what we can do. If we get to a point where it's impossible, then so be it. We'll figure out what we want to do at that point. I do appreciate you watching, though. Thank you, and goodbye.